Hey everyone, welcome to another ranking. This ranking's for the ranking of the Alien movies. Yes, I really enjoy the Alien movies. There's some good ones and there's some bad ones. So I thought I'd give the ranking of the Alien movies, my least favorite to my favorite. Let's get started, shall we? Coming in at number 7 is Alien vs. Predator Requiem. Yes, these movies are counting too. It does have Alien on it, and I liked the first Predator movie and I liked some of the Alien movies. So yeah, when the first one of these AVP movies came out, I was, curious to see it. I wasn't a big fan of them, but Alien vs. Predator Requiem is the worst pile of shit out of any Alien franchise movie ever. This movie is fucking terrible. It is so stupid. Like, this movie's ridiculous. Like, I know it has the Pred Alien in it. Yes, an alien and a predator. That's cool, I guess. It's not cool. It's not cool at all, but this movie is god freaking awful. The effects don't look good. There's a lot of shaky cam, and you don't give a flying shit about any of these characters. These are the most generic horror movie characters ever. Like, it was annoying. I was just aggravated. I actually saw this movie in theaters when it came in theaters in, 2007 or some shit. 7, 8 or something. Yeah, this movie was horrible. The action isn't good, and it's so boring. It's so badly shot. The cinematography is just so bad. Like, it's so dark. You could barely see some scenes in this movie. Like, I actually watched it a little bit ago, and I'm like, this movie's so dark. I don't even know what's happening. It's so dark. And, who the fuck shot this movie? Like, was he blind or something? But yeah, this movie is just god freaking awful. I love the xenomorphs. I love the aliens. Just putting them in a movie together is just not a good idea. And Alien vs. Predator Requiem was just a terrible movie. Poorly directed, poorly shot, and just poorly everything. This movie sucks. Coming number 6 is Alien Resurrection. Yes, the Alien movies. Oh, they were such good movies. What the fuck happened? Like, Alien 3 was bad, but Alien Resurrection is the crowning jewel, a pile of shit in Alien movies. Alien movies. I'm not counting the AVP, even though they're still in the franchise, sort of, but yeah. Alien Resurrection, out of the 4 Alien movies, is the worst. This movie is god freaking awful. It's so bad. Yes, Ellen Ripley's back, but she's a freaking android. Sure, it's a very bland and kind of monotone android, and you don't care. You just want to see some xenomorphs and some cool characters and some very good directed atmospheric scenes. And do you get any of that? No, you don't. You get all these very bland, very annoying characters. Like, Ron Perlman's in this movie. I love Ron Perlman, but he's terrible in this movie. You get that guy in the wheelchair, that random creepy guy from The Crow. He's in it. And yeah, you get Winona Ryder. Yes, I'll spoil it. The twist in this movie is Winona Ryder, she's a robot. Well, no shit. She got the personality of a robot in this movie. Oh, who casted Winona Ryder in this movie? Like, that was a horrible casting choice. And honestly, the movie is way worse than Alien 3. That's why it's on my number 6. But the good thing about it, it's a forgettable film. It's very forgettable. Like, I don't always remember parts of this movie because I've only seen this movie twice, and that's all I ever need to see this movie. I don't need to see this movie more than twice. But the best thing about it, it's forgettable. I think that's the highest compliment I can give this movie. It's forgettable. Coming number 5 is Alien vs. Predator. Yes, this idea alone kind of sounds stupid, but kind of stupid in a fun way. Like, I remember when this movie first came out, everyone was kind of pumped, like, oh, I love Predator, I love Alien, this movie has to be good. But they forgot one thing. This movie is directed by Paul W.S. Anderson. This guy directed, Mortal Kombat, and Death Race, and the Resident Evil movies. Like, this guy's a shitty director. He's one of the worst directors in Hollywood. But yeah, people are still excited to see this movie. I saw this movie. I couldn't stand this movie. Like, it made no sense to me. Like, the time zones in this movie just make no sense because the Alien franchise takes place in the future, and the Predator is in modern time. So how's this movie in modern time? Because, according to Prometheus, aliens didn't come out until, the year, 2100. This movie takes place in, 2006 or something. How are the aliens alive? How do the aliens even exist? How are they fighting the Predators? Nothing about this movie makes any sense at all. This movie is just so convoluted and just, again, makes no sense and it's stupid. But this movie was not meant to be smart or very well written or anything. It's just meant to be a fun action B-movie, monster movie, and honestly, was it even that? Not really. I didn't find the action all that exciting, didn't find the effects all that good, I didn't care for any of these characters. Well, the main girl, she was okay, and her fighting with the Predator at the end, killing the aliens, that was kind of badass. That was the only scene I liked in the movie. The final, 15 minutes of this movie is okay. That's probably the only reason I ranked it at number 5 is because I liked the last 10 minutes of this movie. It was kind of entertaining. And yeah, like seeing the predators whoop the aliens' ass and see the aliens like rip the predators apart and everything. That's kind of cool, but honestly, I was kind of bored watching this movie. Like, I like to be intrigued with the story. I like to be interested with the characters. I like to see the fear and the tension. Like, I want to be scared watching this movie. I don't want to just sit there and be like, well, that was kind of cool. Like, this movie isn't good. It's a very stupid movie. I know some people call it dumb fun. This is not the kind of dumb fun I'm into. I'm into dumb fun too, but not this kind of dumb fun. It's very convoluted. It makes little to no sense. The characters suck other than the main character. The effects aren't all that great. And other than the last 10 minutes, I was bored senseless. So yeah, AVP, not a fan. Coming number 4 is Alien 3. Yes, Alien 3, directed by David Fincher. This is David Fincher's first film, so I'll give him a pass, but yeah, this is not a great movie. This is not a great Alien movie. After the first 2 Alien movies, this movie, everyone was so excited for. Everyone's like, oh, this is going to be an amazing movie. This is going to end the trilogy amazingly. It didn't. David Fincher, he's an amazing director. He didn't properly execute the film well. Like, it's not a horrible movie, but it's not a good movie in the slightest bit. It's a well-shot movie. Sigourney Weaver's great in the movie. There's a little bit of tension in the movie. There's a few creepy scenes, and that's about it. Sigourney Weaver, I love her. She's a great actress. I love her in this movie, and yeah, some of the action, I guess, is okay. And like I said, some of the tension is there, and the cinematography is nice, but it doesn't feel like an Alien movie. It feels like it's just a generic monster movie, like a B movie. And honestly, compared to like Alien and Aliens, like this was just such a huge letdown. And the fact that it killed characters off screen, oh my god, I wanted to see some Corporal Hicks and Bishop and Newt. Nope, they're not alive. They just killed them off screen in the beginning, and that was bullshit. They bring a new Bishop in the movie, and he's just not as good as the Aliens Bishop. And this movie just isn't as good as the first 2. And if it was just a standalone movie, it was just this one movie, the first 2 didn't exist, it might have been an okay movie, but because the first 2 Alien movies exist, this was a huge disappointment. And the ending wasn't even that good. Like, good, proper ending for the Alien trilogy, and yeah, Alien Resurrection really ruined it, but this just was a very disappointing movie, and especially when you look back and this is David Fincher, it just really disappoints you, like, because David Fincher is an amazing director, and the fact that he directed this movie is kind of sad, but I don't hate this movie, it's not a great film. Coming number 3 is Prometheus. Yes, Prometheus. A lot of people don't like this movie for some reason. It's a quasi-prequel, by the way. It is not a straight-up prequel to Alien. It is the prequel to the prequel, or maybe the prequel to the prequel to the prequel. Because, yeah, this is like hundreds, maybe 1,000 years before Alien. This is basically telling you how the xenomorphs came and where did these kind of creatures come from. And the main story of this movie is about a bunch of humans. They're trying to look for their creators. They find a planet, LV2. It's not LV-426 from Alien, so it's not a straight-up prequel, but it's like a quasi-prequel, and it's a great movie. It's a visually appealing movie, and the world of this planet is just awesome, and the designs on these engineers that created the humans are really cool. Very good really good movie. I do like Prometheus. I didn't understand the hate. I think everyone was expecting a straight-up Alien movie, or straight-up Alien prequel, and that's not what they got. You kind of get that at the very ending, but you still get a very smart science fiction film. I think some religious people got offended because this almost disproves Darwinism and everything, because aliens are our creators, but this is science fiction. This is not fact, it's science fiction, and it's a good science fiction film. It's smart, it's clever, visually appealing, well acted, and I really like this movie. Prometheus, great film. Coming number 2 is Aliens. Yes, James Cameron's Aliens. This movie's fucking awesome. I love Aliens, and I know a lot of people are thinking, why isn't this number 1? Why isn't this number 1? I know a lot of people think Aliens is the best of the franchise. To some people, it probably is. In my opinion, I think Alien is better than Aliens. Aliens is a fantastic sci-fi action movie. The action in this movie is freaking top-notch. I love this team. I love the team. Like, Sigourney Weaver actually got nominated for an Oscar for her performance in this movie, and yeah, it was well-deserved. She is very good. Her performance in this movie is actually better than the first film. I like the first film better, but her performance in this movie is very good, and I love Corporal Hicks. I love Corporal Hicks. He's like my favorite character. Michael Biehn plays him so well. And I love Newt, too. For a little girl, she's quite the survivor. She's quite clever, and I really enjoy Newt. And I like the relationship between Ripley and Newt, and the kind of mother-daughter relationship. And I enjoyed her relationship with Corporal Hicks, and of course Bishop. Bishop was awesome in this movie, and I love these characters. These characters are really cool, and I love that this movie is very long because it lets you breathe, but also gives you a lot of time for the good action, the good tension, a lot of the good scary scenes, a badass climax. It gives you time to do all these things. That's why the movie's long, and that's why I really like it. And James Cameron did something really good with this movie. He did something different, but also stayed true to the first film. And it still has some of the same atmosphere and some of the same characters, but it is a different film from the first one. But you could tell this is a sequel, and it's a very good sequel. Some people say it's the best sequel. I love Aliens. Aliens is an amazing movie, great sci-fi action movie. Just I like the first one better. Spoilers from my number one, but I love Aliens. Great film. Love the characters. Love the action. Love the practical effects, and the climax is really badass. So yeah, Aliens, amazing. And my number one favorite Alien movie is Alien. Yes, Alien, 1979, Ridley Scott, Alien. I love this movie. This is a great sci-fi horror movie. This is a scary movie. When I first saw this movie when I was like 13, this scared the living shit out of me. And just the tagline on the poster, "In space, no one can hear you scream." That is just terrifying. That's why this movie just works. It works as a great sci-fi horror movie because these people, they're just like a shipment crew. They're on a ship with an alien. They have no weapons. They have nothing. And they're on a ship with a xenomorph. That is scary as shit. And the things they have to go through, the things they have to fight with, all they have is these little beams that they can shock with and one flamethrower. That's it. And they have to fight a xenomorph, and these people, they're not warriors, they're just... And I love these characters in this movie. I love Ash. Again, movie robots. Ash is awesome. Very twisted, but he's great. And I love Tom Skerritt in this movie. He's really good in this movie. He's really good. Dallas, yeah, his name's Parker's really good. And I love Ripley. Ripley just dominates this movie, and she's the most logical character in this movie. Some of these characters do some stupid things. She is the most logical character in this movie. And John Hurt, anything John Hurt does is awesome. And that scene at the dinner table with the... Oh my god, that scene is just so gross. Still to this day, that scene just grosses me out. I just know that scene's coming. I'm like, oh god, the dinner scene. The dinner scene! Such a good scene, though. Very well-directed movie. Ridley Scott did an amazing job with this movie. The atmosphere in this movie is just brilliant. The cinematography is brilliant. The opening to this movie, the way they establish the mood and tone of the film is just brilliant. I love the opening to this movie, and the tension, the scares in this movie are just unbelievable. It's one of the most creepiest, most atmospheric, most darkest movies ever made. It's brilliant. I love Alien. It is so good. I know some people are like, oh, this movie's boring. This is not the best Alien movie. This is boring. Not true. This movie is amazing. It's so well directed, so well acted, and it's just so iconic, this movie. This movie is iconic. And without Alien, we wouldn't have Aliens. So yeah, this movie is brilliant. This is my favorite movie of the Alien franchise. I know some people may disagree, but oh well. This is my favorite. Love Alien. So yeah, that was my ranking of the Alien movies, my least favorite to my favorite. So yeah, please comment below, give me your ranking of the Alien movies. Your least favorite to your favorite. Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please like and subscribe to this channel and join the dark side.